Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another Sacred Union Energy Update. Today is the full moon in Pisces. It is the harvest moon. We also have the equinox energy. So I thought we would do a channeling to see what's going on between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. I've been feeling pretty great, actually. Really interesting. Even if there are challenges and obstacles, I feel at peace within myself. An emotion that arises, I let myself feel, allow myself to release it, and then it's like I settle back into that place of peace. Peace really does feel like the default energy now. It did not feel like that for a while. There was a lot of heavy energy. They're calling me back to the Lionsgate energy. That was ushering in a lot of transformative energy. And they're saying that specifically it was transformative energy, and that there was so much light codes. There was such a push, a cosmic push from the universe to keep releasing, to keep moving forward, to keep shedding the old. And what we had channeled was the void energy. A lot of us felt like we were in dense energy. It felt like we were kind of slogging through. It felt very stagnant, even though we knew that we were moving forward. It felt like we were in this void energy. But what was happening was, astrally, in the higher planes, there was a lot that was being aligned energetically. Now we're going to start seeing the harvest of that. Now we're going to start seeing the movement in the physical plane. It's going to be looking a little bit different for everybody, but there is still some residual energy, some clearing out, some releasing that is occurring. This shift is going to be continuing as a process, transitioning us into the new over the next few months. A couple of years ago, they're bringing this to me now, a couple of years ago we had channeled that the winter solstice was a major turning point, and I'm actually getting that energy again. I have been channeling that November felt really pivotal, especially when it comes to sacred partners. The November-December time frame leading up to the solstice feels like there's going to be really significant changes. This is not just within sacred partnerships, although yes, you guys who are in sacred partnerships, because you are anchoring the new template of relationship and love, there is going to be some physical movement within your partnerships. A higher level of commitment, higher level of communication, more communication, reunions, reconciliations, meetups, things like that, depending on where you are in your journey. But ascension-wise, this is a shift. This is a major shift within the physical plane that you might start seeing within your physical world, and that's going to look a little bit different to everybody. I'm speaking individually, so it's going to look different for you. It's going to show itself to you in your physical world. It's going to show itself to your counterpart in their physical world, and the planet as a whole, the collective as a whole. So yes, it's going to ripple out to your sacred partnership, but I'm talking individually here. This is a new level of ascension, a new level of our journey. We really have been laying down and anchoring in those new earth templates, that new earth grid, and the golden grid, that rainbow grid, that rainbow grid. So we're gonna do some channeling over the next week or so. I'm hoping to do a lack consciousness reading this week yet with some light language transmission, so make sure you stay tuned to Susan Dawn Ascension oh my god, what's my channel? Susan Dawn Ascension Connections for that. And then hopefully we're gonna start channeling more with regards to the new earth energy, because that energy has been trickling in for me. I've been getting some downloads about that, what that looks like. There's Lemurian energy just surrounding me. So check out the new Lemuria, check out the frequency of new earth channeling, check out the Rainbow Bridge. We talk about all of that here on the channel in previous recordings. We're going to start getting some more again. We took a little bit of a pause. I feel like it was because the energy took a little bit of a pause, but I do feel like it's ramping up. There is movement, momentum that is happening here. Okay, so we're going to bring that down a little bit and see what's going on with these sacred partners now. I do feel like there is so much more harmony that is coming in between these sacred partners. I feel like that new foundation is really being laid, and that was necessary in order for you to move forward. because so much karma had been created in your previous relationship, or whatever your relationship looked like, even if you weren't together, there was so much that was coming up to the surface to be healed. So there had to be a closure. There had to be an ending of the relationship as you knew it, the connection as you knew it, so that you can approach each other as two transformed people, as two conscious people in your highest embodiment, serving your highest embodiment, consciously choosing your highest embodiment. And with that choice, then you come together as a relationship, as partners. So I do feel like we are at the tail end of that ending transition. A lot of us have been experiencing that over the summer, that journey's end kind of energy. I did a channeling on that over on Susan Dawn Ascension Connections as well. Make sure that you check that out. A lot of us have been experiencing some kind of ending, but it feels more like it was energetic in order to allow for the transformation. And that comes from surrender. A surrendering needed to happen. A release needed to happen. And a lot of you really felt that shift within yourself, especially as a divine feminine. I'm going to get the divine masculine as well because there's a message there. But especially as a divine feminine, you really released what you thought the connection was, by which I mean the energy that you were holding on to of the connection. Any continued attachment that you had, in order to just allow it to flow, allow it to unfold, allow it to be. You're in your place of self-empowerment. You're in your strength. You're in your knowing. You're anchored into your intuition. And this is that union energy where you are balance between your inner masculine and inner feminine energies, because you have healed both templates, or you might still be in the process of healing both templates. You needed to heal the distorted feminine energy within you, where you were holding yourself back, not expressing yourself, you didn't have healthy boundaries, you were overgiving, you were not able to receive. Perhaps you were too much in your masculine energy, which can be damaging, especially if you are a core feminine essence. You also healed the masculine energy within you, or are healing the masculine energy within you. And what that means is knowing when to stand up for yourself, knowing when to take the lead, but you do so from a healthy place. You do so from following your intuition, following your heart, not controlling anything, not applying too much logic, not trying to analyze everything. Now you're just in your core feminine essence of allowing things to flow, allowing the journey to unfold, allowing yourself to flow, allowing life to unfold. And this comes with it a sense of trust, a sense of faith, and that's what you needed to learn as well. And so I feel like you're really in this place of inner union, this place of balance, this place of peace, and it feels really healthy. The masculine energy has been healing the same thing, but from different angles. They've been learning how to express themselves where their emotions have been really repressed or suppressed. They're learning how to express themselves, or learning how to speak up when it comes to their emotions and what they're feeling. They're learning how to trust their intuition. A lot of crown chakra openings have been occurring for the divine masculines, where they're really receiving a lot of higher level guidance, downloads, insight, where they might have been questioning themselves and overthinking. They're learning, or applying too much logic, they're learning how to trust themselves, learning how to trust their heart. I feel also they might be experiencing some of the same phenomena that the divine feminines have experienced within the connection as well. And they're learning how to apply that now. They're learning how to apply the wisdom and the insight and the downloads that they're receiving, the intuitive energy that they're receiving. They're learning how to apply that practically to their everyday life. It also feels like they are learning how to be more secure in their masculine energy, where their masculine energy was in a toxic frame or a toxic template. They're learning how to balance that out and not be in that place of control, not be in that place of toxicity, not be in that place of resistance. They're really learning how to balance out in the same kind of energy, but from a different angle than the divine feminine. But you guys are working on the same thing. You guys have been mirroring each other through this whole journey, really. So I feel like there is a lot more harmony that's coming into the connection, because you had to release the old. And as you step more and more into this new version of you, you're stepping more and more into this new version of your connection. It just happens naturally. It's like a ripple effect. The more you heal within you, the more your connection grows and heals. And if you find that your connection isn't growing, if you find that your connection is stagnant, and I want you to trust your intuition. Don't go by what you're seeing or not seeing in the physical as a metric, because that's the illusion. Go by what it is that you are feeling. Trust in what you are feeling. Trust in yourself. And the more you do that, the more you're going to have that clarity and see the truth for yourself. So I do feel like there is a lot of growth that is happening. It does feel like there's a lot of harmony that is happening. It does feel like there is a lot of more love and stable love, really secure love that is coming into the connection. It really does feel like this is a game changer. It really does feel like this is a new beginning. It really does feel like you're on the threshold of that. A couple of days ago, we had actually channeled that this is a choice point, that it's right here, right now. The energy a couple of days ago felt pretty dark. It felt pretty heavy. And it was because there needed to be a decision. It needed to be a conscious choice. I'm actually going to, because it feels important, especially for these sacred partners. Where is this? It was the higher timeline integration. It's because there was this rebirth energy where you had to consciously choose that higher consciousness, the embodiment of the higher consciousness, because you've already been through the fires, you've been through the initiations, you know what it is to follow your soul, you know what it is to walk your sacred path, you know what it is to trust and honor yourself and to feel the peace within that comes from that. And if you're experiencing any upsets or upheavals, especially a lot of heightened emotions from this full moon, especially the Pisces full moon, know that is just continued release, and that it will clear, and you will get clarity, and you will get understanding, and you will get that peace within. You will find that peace within. That is all part of the transformation process. So that peace that you feel is your natural state of being, while ego and pain templates draw you away from yourself and back into lower states of consciousness. So allow yourself to be aware. Oh, this is a pain template. Oh, this is pain that I'm repeating. Bring that to your consciousness, bring that to your awareness, and through that awareness, you can then consciously choose to bring yourself back to a sense of peace. It'll, every situation will be a little bit different for how you do that, but that awareness is the key. Oh, this is a pain pattern. I don't want to continue this pain pattern anymore. Where is this pain pattern coming from? How can I shift this? The old version of yourself and the cycles that manifested from that lower state is now complete. We have ended a cycle, and a new you has been birthed, but you must make the conscious choice and effort to step fully into your divinity, strength, and your personal empowerment. It's time to change or be dragged. Now, I was feeling that energy a couple of days ago. I don't feel like that anymore. I feel like collectively we have shifted into a higher timeline. If you feel like you're being dragged, it's kind of because you're being dragged. You might be, it's like the collective really is dragging you into that higher timeline. Surrender, release resistance, see where you are resisting, and allow yourself to shift out of that. This is a turning point, the point of no return. Resistance, holding on to old patterns, beliefs, behaviors will only beget more inner turmoil and outer strife. Everything is on the other side of this shift. It really, truly is. Okay, so a special message for sacred partners also came through. Through your energy work and healing, you're assisting with this timeline shift by clearing old programming and templates within the collective consciousness. And as you do this individually, and your partner does this individually, you're actually doing this together because you are those sacred partners, because you are that one merged energy. Your partner is just you, is your energy embodied in another person. You have your own choices. You're not responsible for their choices. You're not responsible for their decisions. You're not responsible for their life. But it is partnership. You're doing this together. There is a purpose for it. It's vital to remember that this work is done inwards first, as each individual must take personal responsibility for their own being, including the choices they make when it comes to embodying higher consciousness and connection to self and source. Sacred partners are coming together both energetically and in the physical to continue to anchor in new light codes that create and affirm the new Earth grid, which was birthed last July. Again, that's that frequency of new Earth and the new Lemuria and the Rainbow Bridge. I think I called it the Rainbow Road or the Rainbow Bridge, something like that. Those channelings back then. As the global collective is ascending and thus purging old toxic templates, these light codes create a stronger foundation for the new dimensional plane that is New Earth. So there is a lot that is happening right now. You're actually doing this with your sacred partner, and you're going to start seeing the physical effects of this. You're going to start seeing not only the transformation within yourself, but you'll start seeing that within your person, your partner as well, and how that is shifting the way your entire relationship looks. So let go of the old. Just because it was one way in the past, bring yourself back to the present moment. Doesn't mean it's going to be like that now. Okay, so I wanted this to be a short reading. Never is. It's been a while since we channeled, so I feel like a lot wanted to come out. So I'm getting called to these activation cards. So let's see what's going on for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, please. Divine Masculine first. Divine Masculine first. What is the current energy for the Divine Masculine? I'm going to take both. Okay. And Divine Feminine. Let's get one for the Divine Feminine. Wow, these cards really do want to... Wow, yes. And what's the union energy between them? What's the union energy between them? Exactly. Integration. Exactly. Wow. And integration of higher consciousness here. Okay, we're going to start with the union energies here. That's what they're calling me to. This is what is happening. Even though you might individually be working on your own, whatever, your own shifts, your own integration, your own anchoring in, you're actually working on this together. That's the union. That is the sacred partnership. That's the energy of your connection. And what you're actually doing is both of you are integrating that higher consciousness energy that we just talked about. And you're going to start seeing that, applying that to your physical reality, to your physical world. So with that message, let's go to the Divine Masculine. The Divine Masculine has the root chakra and discernment. And I feel like this discernment energy is an energy of opening up their crown chakra, learning how to open up their brow chakra, learning how to trust their intuition and their connection to source energy. I feel like they are really opening up their connection to source energy, really feeling that connection to source energy. And they're stabilizing that. Their connection to God's source, whatever it is that you want to call it, the universe, felt very rocky because they did not trust it. They did not trust themselves. They didn't value themselves, and so they didn't value their connection. They didn't understand their connection. For some, they didn't even feel worthy of the connection. Even for those masculines who had a strong religious faith, I'm going to coin it like that, religious faith, there's a difference between religious faith and a intuitive knowing and an intuitive faith. Religious faith is, in some cases, indoctrination. It is a structure. It is rigid. It is somebody else explaining to you. Spiritual faith is your own inner wisdom, your own inner connection. It is yours and yours alone. And anywhere that you go in the world, you have access to it. You don't have to be in a church. You don't have to be in a temple. You don't have to be in anything, anywhere other than where you are. Your temple is within yourself. That is your connection to God's source. Divine Masculines did not always feel connected, or if they had, they felt very severed from it, because they felt severed from their connection to themselves. That's the Divine Feminine energy. As they severed, and as we as a collective have severed the connection to feminine energy on this planet, we have severed the connection to ourselves and to source, because feminine energy is connection to source. The masculine energy grounds that, stabilizes that, creates security around that, a foundation around that. And remember, there is no separation between the masculine and the feminine energies. They work together. That is the union of the soul. It works together. That is the Trinity energy. It is the masculine, the feminine, and God's source. That is the Trinity energy. There is no separation there. It is merged. And so union is realizing where the connection had been severed and calling back to that connection. Divine Masculines are learning how to trust their intuition and use discernment. Oh, this is ego. Oh, this is my pain patterns. Oh, this is karma playing out. Oh, this is somebody else's. I'm going to take ownership for what I need to do, for what I need to control. I'm going to take ownership for myself. this is what my intuition is guiding me to do. I'm stabilizing this. Divine Masculine is stabilizing their energy within themselves, using discernment, not allowing outside influences to pull them one way or another. They are learning how to stand firm in themselves. Masculine energy is very consistent, it's very present, it's very secure, it's very stable and very grounded. It is not uncertain, it is not wishy-washy. I should say conscious masculine energy, divine masculine energy is not wishy-washy, it's not in and out, it is not back and forth. It is very, very stable. It is, I'm just keep getting the word leader. It is a leader. Knows how to lead, not to control, but how to lead, how to take action, how to direct from the place of the heart, from the place of intuition. They're learning the difference. I feel like these masculines are learning, this is where I was in my toxic masculine energy. This is an old version of myself. This is my old template that I was operating from. Now divine masculines are, I'm hearing, gaining a foothold, by which I'm getting, laying a new foundation for themselves. This is who I want to be. This is who I choose to be. I don't want to be that version of myself in the past. That's old energy. They're clearing that out, and they are starting to listen to their intuition, embrace the feminine energy within them, and that is creating stability. It's a really, really beautiful positive energy from the divine masculines. It really feels like stepping up. It really feels like maturity. It really feels like gaining consciousness, gaining a real recognition of what consciousness really is. It's not just throwing the word around. It's not just concepts. It's not just intellectual understanding. It is integration of consciousness. It is feeling it, anchoring that in, and really understanding it down to the core, because they're understanding who they are. They're connecting back to themselves. And as they connect back to themselves, they're connecting back to their feminine essence, which connects them back to you as their feminine counterpart. Divine feminines have the heart chakra, and it's almost like no other card is needed. No other card is necessary. This heart chakra is all it's about. Divine feminine is just being burst wide open. And if you're experiencing a little bit of a difficult time right now, especially with this full moon in Pisces with a lot of emotions, it's because the heart chakra is what is clearing. It is clearing any residual energy that is still part of the pain program, that is not allowing for the open heart, that is not allowing for the love template to come through. I really feel like part of the energy that's coming through right now are higher heart activations, higher heart codes. And so, especially when it comes to the sacred feminine codes. So I really feel like divine feminines, you might be purging a lot of emotion right now, but that's just because it's where the heart was still blocked. You're asked to surrender. I know you're like, oh my gosh, how much more do I have to surrender? But you're asked to surrender, you're asked to release, and you're asked to feel. Allow yourself to feel without holding on to anything, without expectations, without attachments. Just allow yourself to feel and flow through it, because that's part of your integration of higher consciousness as well. You are anchoring in more heart codes, which enable you to come to that place of peace, come to that place of harmony, come to that place of just love, and you're recognizing that's all there is. That's all there is. Pain templates are just old templates. It's old patterns. You're recognizing it is just about love. And soon you're going to shift into the energy of no matter what you're experiencing, love wins. Love is greater than any experience that you're having, than any other emotion that you might be feeling. Love will always be there. It's almost like if you're experiencing fear, if you're experiencing sadness, if you're experiencing whatever it is that you're experiencing as an emotion, love is right underneath the surface, pushing those emotions up to be released so that the love is just all that there is. It's almost like, I don't know how to describe it. That's what they just showed me. It's like love is right beneath the surface, and you have a little bit of sadness or a little bit of fear, a little bit of pain, whatever this is, but love is pushing it up. You release it, and guess what? Your heart bursts open, and there's just love there. That love is all that's left, because love is all there is. So divine feminines, more heart chakra openings. Okay, what's shifting for the divine masculine and the divine feminine with this full moon? I think this is going to be an Ascension relationship reading. And we'll come back with a Sacred Union energy update. What's shifting with this full moon for the masculine? What's shifting with this full moon for the masculine? Growth. Exactly. Exactly. What's shifting for the feminine? Power and blossoming. I mean, we can't even get much more confirmation, better confirmation than that. Growth. That's exactly what we were channeling for the Divine Masculine. When I said maturity, when I said transforming, that's what this is. And you see how she's like a tree and the roots here, and we also have the clock. This is part of the transformation. The transformation is happening right now. We're in that process right now. Divine Masculines are in that process right now. So it's almost like, you know, you don't have to sit back and wait for it. You don't have to wonder if it's unfolding. You don't have to wait for it to unfold. It's happening right now. But allow yourself that patience. Allow yourself that grace as your Divine Masculine, or if you're the Divine Masculine, as you're going through this process, because it is a process. Also, that tree planting roots, that's that stability, that's that groundedness, that's that foundation that is being planted. You are anchoring this in and rooting this in. They're really rooting in and integrating that higher conscious self. And this full moon is really going to be supporting that for these Divine Masculines as well. Also, the equinox energy I was just receiving. The full moon with the equinox energy being a powerful portal for this growth. Divine Feminine, with this heart chakra opening, you're getting power and blossoming. You are just opening up into your space. You're claiming space in the world. You're claiming your power. You're claiming your sovereignty. You're claiming your love. You're claiming your light. You're claiming who you are. This is a beautiful energy of self-empowerment. Just opening up to more and more and more of yourself. All right, you guys, that's going to be it. I don't have much more to say. I wanted this to be a really quick reading, and it is. I think we're going to end here. We'll come back later this week with a Sacred Union Energy update on the heels of the full moon and the equinox. So make sure that you are staying tuned. Also, make sure that you are checking out my products and my services, because I am running a sale until the end of next week. Next week is the last day of the sale. So if you'd like to book with me, or if you'd like to purchase my products, make sure that you're getting in those orders now. All right, I'm sending you so much love, so much light, and we'll see you soon. Bye.